The desert was never meant to hold a river. For thousands of years, the endless dunes of the Negev remained untouched, silent, blistering, and unforgiving. Rainfall was rare. Nothing survived long without water. Yet today, a ribbon of shimmering blue cuts through the heart of this barren landscape, flowing with the strength of a natural river. It looks impossible. It should be impossible. But behind this miracle lies one of the most ambitious engineering projects ever attempted, a man-made river constructed by Israel to reshape the future of an entire nation. The story begins in the heat haze of the southern desert, where temperatures climb high enough to warp the horizon. A swarm of drones rises over the dunes, scanning a perfectly straight corridor carved deep into the earth. Below them, convoys of excavators and bulldozers chew through sand with relentless precision. The trench stretches further than the eye can see. Giant conveyor belts move mountains of soil, forming the skeleton of a future waterway that will transport millions of gallons across land that hasn't seen rivers in centuries. Construction unfolds like a choreography of machines. Laser-guided graders shave the canal floor until its geometry is flawless. Robotic sprayers layer concrete over reinforced steel frames, creating smooth channels capable of withstanding decades of pressure and erosion. Helicopters drop pump components the size of shipping containers into place, while engineers crawl through tunnels of steel to check alignment millimeter by millimeter. Every meter of the canal is embedded with thousands of sensors, tiny guardians constantly measuring pressure, vibration, and flow. Nothing is left to chance in a project where one crack could collapse an entire ecosystem. As the canal takes shape, another monumental piece of the puzzle rises far to the west, a colossal seawater intake tower. Built on the Mediterranean coastline, it resembles a fortress planted in the waves. Here, the process begins. With the roar that vibrates through the ground, multi-story pumps awaken, drawing seawater into massive rotating screens that block debris. The sound is thunderous, but the rhythm is steady, endless, tireless. It's the heartbeat of the artificial river. Inside the pumping station, impellers spin at incredible speeds, pushing water through steel pipelines stretching dozens of miles inland. It's an industrial artery, one that climbs uphill, crosses valleys, and tunnels through mountains. Surge tanks absorb pressure spikes like shock absorbers on a colossal scale. Cooling systems fight against the punishing desert heat. Engineers monitor holographic dashboards projecting real-time data, pressure, flow, chemical balance, structural integrity. The entire network functions like a giant cybernetic organism. When the first wave of water finally reaches the desert canal, it doesn't simply flow. It explodes forward with force, filling the concrete trench in a matter of minutes. The moment is monumental. Engineers cheer as the water begins its journey eastward. For the first time, a river is born in a place that has only ever known dust. But raw seawater isn't usable on its own. It undergoes a purification process more advanced than anything traditional. In vast filtration plazas, sand separators spin like tornadoes, removing sediment. High-pressure membranes press each drop through microscopic pores, extracting salt and impurities. UV chambers glow with violet light, neutralizing anything the filters miss. Carbon towers polish the water to crystal clarity. Everything is automated. Robots glide across rail systems to clean, test, and recalibrate equipment. The water that emerges is strikingly pure, so clear that technicians can read through a full beaker. Once treated, it enters the canal system, guided by flow stabilizers and smart gates that adjust water levels every kilometer. AI models predict changes in demand, temperature, and evaporation. The desert may be harsh, but the river adapts to it in real time. As the water moves deeper into the country, its impact becomes undeniable. What was once endless sand transforms into living green. Crops flourish on newly irrigated fields, their neat rows stretching out like emerald grids across former wasteland. Greenhouses bloom with vegetables and fruits, typically grown in far cooler climates. Trees take root along the canal edges, forming oases where none existed before. Cities begin to reshape themselves around the new water source. Residential neighborhoods feature lakes, ponds, and small flowing channels fed directly from the artificial river. Solar energy farms, massive fields of panels, use the water to cool turbines, increasing output in one of the sunniest regions on Earth. Factories use it for precision cooling and manufacturing reactors. Even remote desert villages gain access, ending decades of unreliable supply. At night, the river glows. Blue LED strips embedded along the canal walls illuminate the water, turning it into a surreal, almost futuristic highway of liquid light. From above, it resembles a glowing artery spreading life through the desert's dark body. But the artificial river does more than irrigate land. It reshapes ecosystems. Desert wildlife gradually returns to the banks, foxes, birds, and insects drawn by flowing water for the first time in generations. Plants take root along the edges, anchoring soil and reducing sandstorms. In time-lapse, barren land transforms into fertile plains, soft green spreading outward like ink in water. The continuation of the system depends on constant oversight. In a national control room, massive screens display every valve, gate, pump, and reservoir in real time. Engineers sit before rows of consoles, monitoring fluctuations in water chemistry, pressure surges, temperature spikes, even the shifting positions of dunes. The river is alive, but it must be watched. Future expansion plans glow across holographic tables. New canals will push deeper into remote regions, linking the artificial river to agricultural zones still waiting for water. Experimental microturbines will extract clean energy from the flowing current. Solar canopies may one day cover the river, creating shade to reduce evaporation while generating electricity. AI predicts demand decades ahead, ensuring the system remains robust as populations grow. And through it all, the river keeps flowing, silent, powerful, controlled. An human-made artery of life running through land once considered uninhabitable. This is more than a river. It is national transformation engineered drop by drop, pump by pump, mile by mile. It turns the desert green, powers entire sectors, fuels agriculture, stabilizes water security, and redefines what a small nation with limited natural resources can accomplish. Israel did not simply build a river, it built a future.
rerouting the sensor data to the main display.
Quality readings confirmed. The system is nominal.
Open the main valve gently now.
Turning it. Pressure's rising.
We have flow. Excellent work. We did it!
It passed!
Yes! Oh my God, yes!
Look down there, you can see everything right through the floor.
Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
We've integrated the residential towers directly into the green spaces. This entire district is powered by the new.
This sonde measures conductivity and temperature. Ensure it's fully submerged before we log the data.
The schematic shows the optimal depth right here.
Got it. Wait for stabilization before logging.
Finishing the physical connection now. How's the power flow look?
Stable. Gradient is optimal. Upgrade complete.
We're seeing a critical drop in the central reservoir. I'm initiating a priority reroute from the western grid. Advise status update every 5 minutes.